Hello and welcome. We are so excited to be officially kicking off the 2022 Grammy season. I'm Harvey Mason Jr., CEO of the Recording Academy, and it's my privilege to be joined by Tammy Hurt, Chair of the Recording Academy's Board of Trustees, and a few special guests to announce this year's nominees. We're thrilled to be in Los Angeles at the Grammy Museum, where annually more than 25,000 students visit the museum and another 35,000 participate in virtual and in-person programming, all finding inspiration through music. Now, before we get into the nominees, I want to share an exciting change to this year's awards. This past April, we took the important step of eliminating nomination review committees. So for the first time in 30 years, today's nominations will have been decided solely by our voting membership. To celebrate this change, we have made the decision to expand the number of nominees from 8 to 10 in our general field categories: Song of the Year, Record of the Year, Album of the Year, and Best New Artist. We're living in a time of extraordinary growth in music. Over 60,000 songs a day are being released. With so much more music available, there's a lot more excellence to recognize and celebrate. Adding new nominees to these fields is a way to cast a wider net, to make room for more music, more artists, and more genres, and to embrace the spirit of inclusion. Also, we're experiencing great engagement from our music community. We had almost 22,000 submissions for Grammy consideration this year. We had our highest acceptance rate ever of new member invitees at 83%, and we had a record number of voters this year, up 17% from last year. The overall growth in the music and the extraordinary engagement from our music community compelled us to make this change ahead of this year's awards. Perhaps in the past we would have waited for the next award cycle to make a change, but this is a new time and this is a new academy. So today we kick off this year's Grammy season knowing that by doing so we're fulfilling our purpose of lifting up the entire music sector and all the people who work in it. Announcing nominations is a celebration of excellence, of hope, of possibility, and anticipation. Announcing the nominations also usually kicks off an intense discussion about who was nominated and who wasn't. Everyone will have their opinions and give their analysis. Some people will be extremely happy, and some not so much. Lots will be said, and the reason is simple. Music matters, and the people who make it matter. Because being recognized by your peers with a Grammy Award is the ultimate honor. Now, I wish every single artist or music creator who poured their heart and their soul into music this year could be celebrated. But with today's nominations, we will highlight those in our 86 categories, and then we'll celebrate together as a community. So with that, here are the nominations, starting with Best Dance Electronic Recording. Thank you. The nominations are Hero by Afrojack and David Guetta, Loom by Olafur Arnolds, Before by James Blake, Heartbreak by Bonobo and Totally Enormous Extinct Dinosaurs, You Can Do It by Caribou, Alive by Rufus Du Sol, and The Business by Tiesto. Moving on to the nominees for Best Dance Electronic Music Album. Subconsciously by Black Coffee, Fallen Embers by Illenium, Music is the Weapon, Reloaded by Major Lazer, Shockwave by Marshmello, Free Love by Sylvan Esso, and Judgment by 10 City. Next up, Best Rap Performance, and the nominees are Family Ties by Baby Keem featuring Kendrick Lamar, Up by Cardi B, My Life by J. Cole featuring 21 Savage and Morray, Way Too Sexy by Drake featuring Future and Young Thug, Thought You Know the Rest by Megan Thee Stallion. Next, we have nominees in Best Melodic Rap Performance. The nominees are Pride is the Devil by J. Cole featuring Lil Baby, Need to Know, Doja Cat, Industry Baby by Lil Nas X featuring Jack Harlow, What's Your Name by Tyler, the Creator featuring Young Boy Never Broke Again and Ty Dolla $ign, Hurricane by Kanye West featuring The Weeknd and Lil Baby. Next, we have Best Rap Song. This year's nominees are Bath Salts, Best Friend, Family Ties, Jail, and My Life. And finally, here are the nominees for Best Rap Album. Thank you. The Off Season by J. Cole, Certified Lover Boy by Drake, King's Disease 2 by Nas, Call Me If You Get Lost by Tyler, the Creator, and Donda by Kanye West. Huge congratulations to this year's nominees. Now, please welcome the incredible singer-songwriter, actress, and my friend, Taylor Parks. Thanks, Taylor. Enjoy.
Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your girl, Taylor Parks here, and I am so honored to help the Recording Academy ring in this year's nominees. As a member of the Academy's Black Music Collective and Songwriters and Composers Wing Leadership Councils, I've seen firsthand how the Academy is working to lift up underrepresented voices, and I couldn't be more proud to be a part of the process. And now, let's get into the nominees. First up, the nominees in Best Engineered Album, Non-Classical. Cinema, Dawn, Hey What, Love for Sale, Notes with Attachments. Next, we have Producer of the Year, Non-Classical, and the nominees are, thank you, Jack Antonoff, Roger Shahayed, Mike Elizondo, Hit Boy, and Ricky Reed. Moving on to Best Remixed Recording, the nominees are Back to Life, Booker T. Kings of Soul Sada Dub, Born for Greatness, Cymic Remix, Constant Craving, Fashionably Late Remix, Inside Out, Escape Dream Remix, Met 'Em Last Night, Dave Ade Remix, Passenger, Mike Shinoda Remix, and Talks, Muramasa Remix. Next, we have the nominees for Best Immersive Audio Album from the 63rd Grammy Awards. And due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the 63rd Grammy Awards Best Immersive Audio Album Craft Committee the meeting was postponed. So until after last year's Grammys, and the winners will be presented as a part of the 64th Grammy Awards. And now for the nominees. Bolstad, Tumba Sonora, Dear Future Self, Dolby Atmos mixes, Freud, Mudslang, A Wake of Sorrows, Engulfed in Rage, and Soundtrack of the American Soldier. Next, we have the nominees in Best Immersive Audio Album for the 64th Grammy Awards, and the nominees are Alicia, Click, Fine Line, The Future Bites, and Stella Grinder. Up next is Best Engineered Album Classical. The nominees are Archetypes, Beethoven, Cello Sonata, Hope Amid Tears, Beethoven, Symphony No. 9, Enchanticleer sings Christmas. Mahler Symphony No. 8, Symphony of 1,000. Moving on to Producer of the Year, Classical. The nominees are Blanton Oswalt, Stephen Epstein, David Frost, Elaine Martone, and Judith Sherman. Here are the nominees in Best Contemporary Instrumental Album. Double Dillon by Randy Brecker and Eric Marienthal. The Garden by Rachel Eckroth. Tree Falls by Taylor Eichste. At Blue Note Tokyo by Steve Gadd Band. Deep, The Baritone Sessions, Volume 2 by Mark Lettieri. And finally, Best New Age Album. The nominees are Brothers by Will Ackerman, Jeff Oster, and Tom Eden. Divine Tides by Stuart Copeland and Ricky Kai. Pangea by Voter Kellerman and David Arkenstone. Night and Day by Opium Moon. And Pieces of Forever by Laura Sullivan. That is all from me, guys. A huge congratulations to all of these incredible artists on the Grammy nominations.
Hello, it's John Baptiste here, and I'm pleased to be here to celebrate the great artists who made this year in music so special, so true. I remember when I got nominated for my first Grammy. It's such a thrill. Tell your family, go back to your hometown, tell all the folks that, look, I made it. And go to the Grammys, of course, see all your friends, and hopefully new collaborations are born every year. I love it. It's like a family reunion. So let's get into it. Here we go. These are the nominees for Best Latin Pop Album. Ooh. Vertigo by Pablo Alborán. Mis Amores by Paola Arenas. Hecho a la Antigua by Ricardo Arona. Mis Manos by Camilo. Mindo by Alex Cuba, and Revelation by Salina Gomez. Yes, indeed. And now the nominees for Best Musica Urbana Album. Afrodisiaco by Raúl Alejandro. El Último Tour del Mundo by Bad Bunny. Jose by J Balvin. KG 0516 by Karol G. Sin Miedo del Amor y Otros Demonios by Kali Uchis. And now the nominees for Best Latin Rock or Alternative Album. Deja by Bomba Estéreo. Mira lo que me hiciste hacer, Deluxe Edition by Diamante Eléctrico. Origin by Juanes. Calambre by Nati Peluso. El Madrileño by C. Tangana. Sonidos de Cromática Resonancia by Zoe. And now the nominees for Best Regional Mexican Music Album, including Tejano. Antología de la Música Ranchera, Volume 2 by Aida Cuevas. A Mis Edis by Vicente Fernandez. Seis by Mon Laferte. Un Canto por Mexico, Volume 2 by Natalia Lofocade. Ay, 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 Super Deluxe by Christian Nodal. And now the nominees for Best Tropical Latin Album. Soul Swing by Ruben Blades, Roberto Delgado, and Orchestra. In Cuarentena by El Gran Combo de Puerto Rico. Sin Salsa No Hay Paraíso by Aimee Noviula. Coligas by Gilberto Santa Rosa. And Live in Peru by Tony Socar. Congratulations. Celebrate your day, and we'll see you at the Grammys. Yes, yes, feels good to be a nominee. And now let's move on to the nominees in the global music genre. First up, Best Global Music Performance. Mohabbat by Aruj Aftab. Do Yourself by Angelique Kidjo and Burna Boy. Pa 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 by Femi Kuti. Blewu by Yo-Yo Ma and Angelique Kidjo. And Essence by Wizkid featuring Tems. And the nominees for Best Global Music Album are Voice of Bun Boon, Volume 1 by Rocky Duwuni. East West Players presents Daniel Ho and Friends, live in concert by Daniel Ho and Friends. Mother Nature by Angelique Kidjo. Legacy Plus, Femi Kuti and Madi Kuti. And Made in Lagos, Deluxe Edition, Wizkid. Congratulations to all the nominees in the global music genre. Yes, indeed. Now, we're going to continue with the children's music genre, something very near and dear to my heart. Here are the nominees for Best Children's Music Album. Activati by 123 Andres. All One Tribe by One Tribe Collective. Black to the Future by Pierce Freelon. A Colorful World by Falu. Crayon Kids by Lucky Diaz and the Family Jam Band. And finally, Best Spoken Word Album, including poetry, audiobooks, and storytelling. The nominees are Aftermath by LeVar Burton. Carry On, Reflection for a New Generation from John Lewis by Don Cheadle. Catching Dreams, live at Fort Knox, Chicago by Jay Ivey. 846 by Dave Chappelle and Amir Suleiman. And A Promised Land by Barack Obama. Congratulations to all the nominees and good luck. I'll see you at the Grammys. Back to y'all over at the Grammy Museum in LA. Signing off, John Baptiste.
Go ahead.
Hello to everyone watching. I'm Carly Pierce. Congratulations to all of the nominees who have been announced so far. I'm so glad to be joining this celebration today as we ring in this year's nominated artist and all of the creators behind the scenes who brought these works of art to life. And now for the nominations. First up is Best American Roots Performance. And the nominees are Cry by John Batiste, Love and Regret by Billy Strings, I Wish I Knew How It Would Feel to Be Free by the Blind Boys of Alabama and Bela Fleck. Same Devil by Brandy Clark, featuring Brandi Carlile. Night Flyer by Allison Russell. Next, we have Best American Roots Song. The nominees are Avalon, Call Me a Fool, Cry, Diamond Studded Shoes, and Night Flyer. Moving on to Best Americana Album. And the nominees are Downhill from Everywhere by Jackson Browne, Leftover Feelings by John Hyatt with the Jerry Douglas Band, Native Sons by Los Lobos, Outside Child by Allison Russell, and Stand for Myself by Yola. Next, we have the nominees in Best Bluegrass Album. Renewal by Billy Strings, My Bluegrass Heart by Bela Fleck, A Tribute to Bill Monroe by the infamous String Dusters, Cuttin' Grass Volume 1, Butcher Shop Sessions by Sturgill Simpson, and Music is What I See by Rhonda Vincent. Next is Best Traditional Blues Album. And the nominees are 100 Years of Blues by Elvin Bishop and Charlie Musselwhite, Traveler's Blues by Blues Traveler, I Be Tryin' by Cedric Burnside, Be Ready When I Call You by Guy Davis, and Take Me Back by Kim Wilson. Moving on to Best Contemporary Blues Album. And the nominees are Delta Cream by the Black Keys featuring Eric Deaton and Kenny Brown, Royalty by Joe Bonamassa, Uncivil War by Shamikia Copeland, Fire It Up by Steve Cropper, and 662 by Christone Kingfish Ingram. Next, we have Best Folk Album. This year's nominees are One Night Lonely Live by Mary Chapin Carpenter, Long Violet History by Tyler Childers, Wednesday Extended Edition by Madison Cunningham, They're Calling Me Home by Rhiannon Giddens with Francesco Terursi, and Blue Heron Suite by Sarah Jaros. Here are the nominees for Best Regional Roots Music Album. Live in New Orleans by Sean Arden and Creole Rock and Soul, Bloodstains and Teardrops by Big Chief Monk Boudreaux, My People by Chawa, Corey Lede Zydeco by Corey Lede Zydeco, and Kauka Peya by Kalani Peya. And finally, the nominees for Best Reggae Album. This year's nominees are Pamoja by Itana, Positive Vibrations by Gramps Morgan, Live and Livin' by Sean Paul, Royal by Jesse Royal, Beauty in the Silence by Soja, and 10 by Spice. Huge congrats to all of this year's nominees.
Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Her, and I'm super excited to be here today to pay tribute to this year's new class of Grammy nominees. I'm so excited. I'll never forget my first time being nominated. I found out I was nominated for 5, and I just went crazy. I couldn't believe it. It was a dream come true. So it feels very special that I get to announce some nominees for this year. Let's go. First are the nominees in Best Instrumental Composition. The nominees are Beautiful is Black, Cat and Mouse, Concerto for Orchestra Finale, Dreaming in Lions, Eberhard. Moving ahead to Best Arrangement, Instrumental or a cappella, the nominees are Chopsticks, For the Love of a Princess from Braveheart, Infinite Love, Meta Knight's Revenge from Kirby Superstar, The Struggle Within. Next is Best Arrangement, Instruments, and Vocals. The nominees are The Bottom Line, A Change Is Gonna Come, the Christmas song, Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire, Eleanor Rigby, To the Edge of Longing, the edit version. Next up, Best Country Solo Performance. The nominees are Forever After All by Luke Combs, Remember Her Name by Mickey Guyton, All I Do Is Drive by Jason Isbell, Camera Roll by Casey Musgraves, You Should Probably Leave by Chris Stapleton. Next, we have the nominees in Best Country Duo or Group Performance. The nominees are If I Didn't Love You by Jason Aldean and Carrie Underwood, Younger Me by Brothers Osborne, Glad You Exist by Dan and Shay, Chasing After You by Ryan Hurd and Maren Morris, Drunk and I Don't Want to Go Home by Elle King and Miranda Lambert. Moving on to Best Country Song, the nominees are Better Than We Found It, Camera Roll, Cold, Country Again, Fancy Like, Remember Her Name. And finally, Best Country Album, the nominees are Skeletons by Brothers Osborne, Remember Her Name by Mickey Guyton, The Marfa Tapes by Miranda Lambert, John Randall, and Jack Ingram, The Ballad of Dude and Juanita by Sturgill Simpson, and Starting Over by Chris Stapleton. Congratulations to this year's Grammy nominees. Now back to the Grammy Museum.
Good morning, everyone. We're Måneskin, and we're so honored to help unveil this year's Grammy nominees and to be a part of this amazing celebration of music. Let's get started. Okay, first up, Best Orchestral Performance. The nominees are Adams, My Father Knew Charles Ives, Harmony Lyric, Beethoven, Symphony No. 9, Muley, Throughline, Price, Symphony Numbers 1 and 3, Strauss, also Sprach Zarathustra, Scriabin, The Poem of Ecstasy. Next, we have Best Opera Recording Albums. The nominees are, Bartók, Bluebird's Castle, Glass, Akhenaten, Janacek, Cunning Little Vixen, Little Soldier Song, Poulenc, Dialogue de Carmelite. Moving on to the Best Choral Performance, the nominees are, It's a Long Way, Mahler, Symphony No. 8, Symphony of 1000, Rising with the Crossing, Schnick, Choir Concerto, 3 Sacred Hymns, Part 7, Magnificat Antiphos, Sheehan, Liturgy of St. John Chrysostom, The Singing Guitar. And next, we have the nominees for the Best Chamber Music Small Ensemble Performance. And we have, the nominees are Adams, John Luther, Lines Made by Walking, Akiho, 7 Pillars, Archetypes, Beethoven, Cello Sonatas, Hope Amid Tears, and Bruits.
Let's change. Next is Best Classical Instrumental Solo. The nominees are Alone Together, soloist Jennifer Coe, An American Mosich, soloist Simon Dinerstein, Bach Sonata and Partiedas, soloist Augustin Edelich, Beethoven and Brahms Violin Concerto, soloist Gil Sham, conductor Eric Jacobson, and Macbeth, soloist Mac Gergich, Off Power, soloist Curtis Stewart. And moving on the Best Classical Solo Vocal Album, the nominees are Confessions, Dreams of a New Day, songs by Black composers, Mythologies, Schubert, Winter Ice, Unexpected Shadows.
Next, we have Best Classical Compendium Album. This year's nominees are American Originals, A New World, A New Canon. Bach, Violin Concerto, 7 early songs and 3 pieces for orchestra. Sirone, The Arcing Path. Place, Woman Warriors, The Voices of Change. And finally, here are the nominees for Best Contemporary Classical Composition. Akiho, 7 Pillars. Andreessen, The Only One. Assad, Clarice and Sergio. Connors, Delion, Martin and Skidmore. Archetypes. Batiste, Movement 11. Show, Now We'll See. Congratulations to all.
Hi everyone, I'm Phineas, and I am beyond excited to be here today honoring my fellow musicians and to share in this special moment celebrating this year's class of Grammy nominees. For me, the Grammys have always been an opportunity to celebrate and recognize the music that has meant the most to us over the past year. So here we go. First, we have Best Improvised Jazz Solo. The nominees are Sako Dugu, soloist Christian Scott Atunde Aljua. Kick Those Feet, soloist Kenny Barron. Bigger Than Us, soloist John Batiste. Absence, soloist Terrence Blanchard. Humpty Dumpty Set 2, soloist Chick Corea. Moving on to Best Jazz Vocal Album. The nominees are Generations by the Baylor Project. Super Blue by Kurt Elling and Charlie Hunter. Time Traveler by Nina Freelon. Floor by Gretchen Parlato. Songwrites Apothecary Lab by Esperanza Spalding. Next, we have the nominees in Best Jazz Instrumental Album. Jazz Selections, music from and inspired by Soul by John Batiste. Absence by Terrence Blanchard, featuring the E Collective and the Turtle Island Quartet. Skyline by Ron Carter, Jack DeChanette, and Gonzalo Rubalcaba. Acoustic Band Live by Chick Corea, John Patitucci, and Dave Weckl. Side-Eye NYC version 1.5 by Pat Metheny. Here are the nominees for Best Large Jazz Ensemble Album. Live at Birdland by the Count Basie Orchestra. Dear Love by Jazz Mia, horn and her noble force. For Jimmy, Wes, and Oliver by Christian McBride, Big Band. Swirling by Sun Ra Orchestra. Jackets XL by Yellow Jackets plus WDR Big Band. And finally, here are the nominees for Best Latin Jazz Album. The nominees are Mirror Mirror by Eliani Elias with Chick Corea and Chuchu Valdez. The South Bronx Story by Carlos Enriquez. Virtual Birdland by Arturo O'Farrell and the Afro-Latin Jazz Orchestra. Transparency by Daphnis Prieto Sextet. El Arte del Bolero by Miguel Zinon and Luis Perdomo. Many thanks to the Recording Academy for allowing me to help ring in this year's class of nominees, and congratulations to everyone. Now, tossing it back to the Grammy Museum in LA.
Hi, everyone. I'm Tammy Hurt, Chair of the Recording Academy's Board of Trustees. I am so proud to represent our 22,000 members of diverse backgrounds and genres each and every day. For those of you who aren't aware, the Academy commits year-round to servicing, advocating, recognizing the art of craft of music and those who create it. I could not be more excited to be here today, honoring the artists, songwriters, composers, producers, engineers, and all the creators that contributed to the works of art we're here today to celebrate. First up is Best Gospel Performance Song. The nominees are, thank you, Voice of God, Joyful, Help, Never Lost, and Wait on You. Next, we have Best Contemporary Christian Music Performance Song. And the nominees are We Win, Hold Us Together, Hope Mix, Man of Your Word, Believe for It, and Jireh. Moving on to Best Gospel Album. The nominees are Change Your Story by Jacqueline Carr, Royalty, Live at the Ryman by Tasha Cobbs Leonard, Jubilee, Juneteenth Edition by Maverick City Music, Johnny X Molly, Live in LA by Jonathan McReynolds and Molly Music, Believe for It by CeCe Winans. Next, we have the nominees in Best Contemporary Christian Music Album. And the nominees are No Stranger by Natalie Grant, Feels Like Home Volume 2 by Israel and New Breed, The Blessing Live by Carrie Job, Citizen of Heaven Live by Taryn Wells, Old Church Basement by Elevation Worship and Maverick City Music. Next is Best Roots Gospel Album. I'm getting into a rhythm here now. And the nominees are Alone with My Faith by Harry Connick Jr., That's Gospel Brother by Gaither Vocal Band, Keeping On by Ernie Haas and Signature Sound, Songs for the Times by the Isaacs, and My Savior by Carrie Underwood. Next, we have Best Comedy Album. And the nominees are The Comedy Vaccine by Lavelle Crawford, Evolution by Chelsea Handler, Sincere Louie by Louis C.K., Thanks for Risking Your Life by Lewis Black, The Greatest Average American by Nate Bargatze, and Zero Fucks Given by Kevin Hart. Next, we have Best Music Video. This year's nominees are Shot in the Dark by AC/DC, Freedom by John Batiste, I Get a Kick Out of You by Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga, Peaches by Justin Bieber featuring Daniel Caesar and Giveon, Happier Than Ever by Billie Eilish, and Montero, Call Me By Your Name by Lil Nas X. And finally, here we are for the nominees for the Best Music Film. The nominees are Inside, David Byrne's American Utopia, Happier Than Ever, A Love Letter to Los Angeles, Music, Money, Madness, Jimi Hendrix and Maui, and Summer of Soul. Congratulations to all of this year's nominees.
Hello, I'm Nate Bargatze. Super excited to be here at the Grammy Museum announcing some of the nominees for this year's Grammys. I mean, this is the closest I have been to show business, so super stoked, and I hope everybody that gets all the nominees, we become best friends for life. I will be trying to. So good luck, and let's get started. For recording package, the nominees are American Jackpot, American Girls, Carnage, Pack-A-Lane, Serpentine Prison, and Zeta. Congratulations. For Box Special Limited Edition, the nominees are All Things Must Pass 50th Anniversary Edition, Color Theory, The Future Bites Limited Edition Box Set, 77 to 81. And finally, Swimming in Circles. For album notes, the nominees are Beethoven, The Last Three Sonatas, The Complete Louis Armstrong, Columbia and RCA Victor Studio Sessions, 1946 to 1966, Creation Never Sleeps, Creation Never Dies, The Willie Dunn Anthology, Etching the Voice, Emil Berliner, and the first commercial gramophone disc, 1889 to 1895. The King of Gospel Music, The Life and Music of Reverend James Cleveland. For historical album, the nominees are Beyond the Music, her complete RCA Victor recordings, Etching the Voice, Emil Berliner, and the first commercial gramophone disc, 1889 to 1895. Excavated Shellac, an alternate history of the world's music. Joni Mitchell Archives, Volume 1, The Early Years, 1963 to 1967. And finally, Sign o' the Times, Super Deluxe Edition. For musical theater album, the nominees are Andrew Lloyd Webber's Cinderella, Burt Bacharach and Stephen Sater's Some Lovers, Girl from the North Country, Les Miserables, the stage concert, the sensational 2020 live recording, Stephen Schwartz Snapshots, and finally the unofficial Bridgerton musical. For compilation soundtrack for visual media album, the nominees are Cruella, Dear Evan Hansen, In the Heights, One Night in Miami, Respect, Schmigadoon Episode 1, The United States versus Billie Holiday. For score soundtrack for visual media album, the nominees are Bridgerton, Dune, The Mandalorian Season 2, Volume 2, Chapters 13 to 16, The Queen's Gambit, and finally Soul. For song written for visual media, the nominees are Agatha All Along from WandaVision Episode 7, All Eyes on Me from Inside, All I Know So Far from Pink, All I Know So Far, Fight for You from Judas and the Black Messiah, Here I Am, Singing My Way Home from Respect, and finally Speak Now from One Night in Miami. Congratulations, everyone. This is so exciting. I'm so excited for you. Thanks for letting me be a part of it, and good luck to everybody.
Hello to you. I'm Gayle King in Times Square, but I'm so psyched to be here today announcing the nominees in R&B and pop field categories. So let's get started. First up is Best R&B Performances. The nominees are Lost You by Snow Allegra, Peaches by Justin Bieber, featuring Daniel Caesar and Giveon, Damage by Her, Leave the Door Open by Silk Sonic, Pick Up Your Feelings by Jasmine Sullivan. Next, we have the Best Traditional R&B Performance. The nominees in that category are I Need You by Jon Batiste, Bring It On Home to Me by BJ the Chicago Kid, PJ Morton and Kenyon Dixon featuring Charlie Burrell, Born Again by Leon Bridges featuring Robert Glasper, Fight for You by Her, How Much Can a Heart Take by Lucky Day featuring Yebba. Moving on to the Best R&B Song, the nominees in that category are Damage, Good Days, Heartbreak Anniversary, Leave the Door Open, Pick Up Your Feelings. Next, we have the nominees in the Best Progressive R&B Album. New Light by Eric Bellinger, Something to Say by Corey Henry, Mood Valiant by Hiatus Kaiyote, Table for Two by Lucky Day, Dinner Party Dessert by Terrace Martin, Robert Glasper, Ninth Wonder, and Kamasi Washington, Studying Abroad Extended Stay by Masego. Next is Best R&B Album. The nominees are Temporary Highs in the Violet Skies by Snow Allegra, We Are by John Batiste, Gold Digger Sound by Leon Bridges, Back of My Mind by Her, Hotels by Jasmine Sullivan. Moving along to Best Pop Solo Performance, the nominees in that category are Anyone by Justin Bieber, Right on Time by Brandi Carlile, Happier Than Ever by Billie Eilish, Physicians by Ariana Grande, and Driver's License by Olivia Rodrigo. Next, we have Best Pop Duo or Group Performances. The nominees are I Get a Kick Out of You by Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga, Lonely by Justin Bieber and Benny Blanco, Butter by BTS, Higher Power by Coldplay, Kiss Me More by Doja Cat featuring SZA. Moving on to Best Traditional Pop Vocal Album, the nominees are Love for Sale by Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga, Till We Meet Again Live by Norah Jones, A Tori Kelly Christmas by Tori Kelly, Lettucey Sings Nina by Lettucey, That's Life by Willie Nelson, and A Holly Dolly Christmas by Dolly Parton. And finally, the nominees in Best Pop Vocal Album are Justice Triple Chucks Deluxe by Justin Bieber, Planet Her Deluxe by Doja Cat, Happier Than Ever by Billie Eilish, Physicians by Ariana Grande, and Sour by Olivia Rodrigo. Congratulations to all this year's nominees, and thank you to the Recording Academy for including me in this very special day in honor of music's best. You know I love this night. I cannot wait. Back to the Grammy Museum in Los Angeles.
Here we are,
BTS.
We're thrilled to announce some of this year's Grammy nominees. I can't relate to what everyone must be feeling right now, as I remember how nervous we were watching the announcement at home last year. We wish everyone all the best. Here we go.
Here are the nominees for Best Alternative Music Album. Shore by Fleet Foxes.
If I Can Have Love, I Want Power by Halsey.
Jubilee by Japanese Breakfast.
Collapsed in Sunbeams by Arlo Parks. There is Song by Saint Vincent.
Huge thanks to the Recording Academy for this honor to announce great nominees.
And congratulations to all the artists who are being recognized as Grammy nominees today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, I am Billie Eilish and I am so honored to be announcing some of this year's Grammy nominees. Being nominated for the Grammys was like the most amazing moment in my entire career and one of the best days of my life, and it's just such an incredible honor, so I'm really happy to be doing this right now. Let's get started. First up is Best Rock Performance, and the nominees are Shot in the Dark by AC/DC, Know You Better, live from Capitol Studio A by Black Pumas, Nothing Compares to You by Chris Cornell, Ohms by Deftones, Making a Fire by Foo Fighters. And next, we have Best Metal Performance, and the nominees are Genesis by Deftones, The Alien by Dream Theater, Amazonia by Gojira, Pushing the Tides by Mastodon, The Triumph of King Freak, A Crypt of Preservation and Superstition by Rob Zombie. And now we have Best Rock Song, and the nominees are my favorite songs, The Bandit, Distance, Find My Way, and Waiting on a War. And finally, here are the nominees in Best Rock Album. Power Up by AC/DC, Capital Cuts, live from Studio A by Black Pumas, No One Sings Like You Anymore, Volume 1 by Chris Cornell, Medicine at Midnight by Foo Fighters, McCartney 3 by Paul McCartney. A huge congratulations to these incredible artists for their very well-deserved nominations. I love you all. Thank you to the Recording Academy for having me. I love you guys. Congratulations.
All right, first, I'd like to mention there was one nominee that we didn't announce in the Best Music Video category, and that's Good For You by Olivia Rodrigo. Congratulations. Next, I want to say thank you to all of our presenters and to Drizzy, the official delivery partner of this year's Grammy nominations. I'd also like to thank our corporate partners for the 64th Grammy Awards, Bulova, Drizzy, Frontera, Grey Goose, JBL, Hilton, IBM, MasterCard, One of One, Orbitune, People, and YouTube. It's been an exciting morning, and I want to congratulate all of the nominees thus far. Before we get to the general field categories, I want to take this opportunity to remind all of our voting members that final round voting is from December 6th until January 5th. The Grammy Awards process, including nominations, thrives on participation from each of our voting members. By casting a vote, you're helping your fellow creators flourish and playing a large part in shaping the future of music. And now let's get to our final categories. First up are the nominees in Record of the Year. Thank you. I Still Have Faith in You, ABBA. Freedom by Jon Batiste. I Get a Kick Out of You by Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga. Peaches by Justin Bieber featuring Daniel Caesar and Giveon. Right on Time by Brandi Carlile. Kiss Me More by Doja Cat featuring SZA. Happier Than Ever by Billie Eilish. Montero, Call Me By Your Name by Lil Nas X. Driver's License by Olivia Rodrigo. And Leave the Door Open by Silk Sonic. Next, we have Album of the Year. Thank you. And the nominees are We Are by Jon Batiste. Love for Sale by Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga. Justice, Triple Chucks Deluxe by Justin Bieber. Planet Her Deluxe by Doja Cat. Happier Than Ever by Billie Eilish. Back of My Mind by Her. Montero by Lil Nas X. Sour by Olivia Rodrigo. Evermore by Taylor Swift. And Donda by Kanye West. Moving on to Song of the Year. Thanks. The nominees are Bad Habits, A Beautiful Noise, Driver's License, Fight for You, Happier Than Ever, Kiss Me More, Leave the Door Open, Montero, Call Me By Your Name, Peaches, and Right on Time. And finally, for the Best New Artist, thank you very much. We have Aruf Aftab, Jimmy Allen, Baby Keem, Phineas, Glass Animals, Japanese Breakfast, The Kid Laroi, Arlo Parks, Olivia Rodrigo, and Saweetie. Huge congratulations to this year's nominees. For the full list of Grammy nominees and for upcoming performer and presenter announcements for the 64th Grammy Awards, please visit Grammy.com. We cannot wait to celebrate music's biggest night and all of this year's music's nominees on Monday, January 31st on CBS.